Well then, guys, how's it going? Seems to be all kicking off today, doesn't it? Well, kicking off, I'm talking, about the news that seems to be coming out these past half hour or something. They're talking about Wirtz, Kelleher, Elliot, Kwanzaa now. I haven't introduced the show yet. Hey guys, this is the transfer daily show that I'm going to start doing, especially for these first 10 days of this new transfer window they're doing for the Club World Cup. We'll talk about stuff every day, sorry. Do it every 20, 30 minutes, something like that. See what happens, see what we've got to talk about. I know I was supposed to do today's at 7, but something's happening with family-wise, and I thought it would have already happened now, but it's going to be after 7, so I thought, let's get the stream started. Let's get the stream done, spoke about, and then I don't have to worry about rushing everything a bit later on. So that's why I'm starting the stream a bit earlier today, guys. But tomorrow, we will be doing 7 o'clock tomorrow for that. So in this little daily update, shall we say, I want to be talking about Kelleher. We've got an article from Paul Joyce. We have articles from, bloody hell, there's loads of people here. Is this Jamie Pierce, something like that, over at the Telegraph? We've got a fair few here, actually, to be fair, that people are sending me constantly about all this Florian Wirtz stuff that's popping off right now. So we'll be doing all that as well, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button as you're joining us, guys, over on YouTube especially. And obviously, put your comments in, guys, when we're talking about stuff. So we'll do the Kelleher stuff first, I think. I think that's probably the most concrete thing we've got here. So Paul Joyce's article says that Kelleher is closing in on an 18 million move to Brentford. It's going to be 12.5 million up front, and the rest of it is going to be in add-ons. The thing is here, guys, I did a video on this, and some of you may have already seen it, but this ties into Bayer Leverkusen because Brentford have now sold their goalkeeper, Mark, is it Falcon, to Bayer Leverkusen, but Brentford wouldn't allow that to go through until they got a replacement. Because I think 12.5, 18 million is a little bit cheap, don't you think, for Kelleher? I know he's in final year of his deal and everything like that, but I personally thought you would have got maybe 25 million, something like that. He's the best backup goalkeeper in the world, probably. You know what I mean? He's won trophies for Liverpool, scored penalties for Liverpool. So I think he is a steal at 18 million, even if he is in the last year of his contract. So I think there could be something there as a bit of a sweetener for Leverkusen, where it's like, we know you want their keeper, they want our keeper, but they don't want to pay what we want. So I tell you what, we'll take the hit on the Kelleher fee. You can sign their keeper, but let's get this Wirtz deal done. Do you know what I mean? Let's meet in the middle here. I think it could be that, guys, to do with this Kelleher stuff. I think Mamadashvili has got some big boots to fill now coming into Liverpool. I really do. As a backup goalkeeper, Kelleher's the best one. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll have to see what happens, won't we, guys? Paul Joyce does say that Mamadashvili will challenge Alisson, who is expected to remain at the number 1 position as well this year. Liverpool have already got 10 million for Trent as Real Madrid bought him. They could also raise funds from the Saudi clubs and Barcelona regarding Luis Diaz. Darwin Núñez has also been linked to the Saudi Pro League. And then he touches on Wirtz here at the bottom, saying, outgoing deals are important for Liverpool, who are continuing negotiations with Leverkusen over a club record deal for Florian Wirtz. A £109 million package was tabled last week. Now, this does probably tie in rather nicely with some of these little bookmarks that I've got here over on X. Let's have a little look, shall we? So, I've got this one from a Bayer Leverkusen fan site. So, I'll share this one with you now. Oh, how do I do this? I was going to press the button then. I'm forgetting I was on bloody StreamYard. Gary Richards, how you doing, mate? Talio Adam, Liverpool should sell Jota and Diaz and sign Williams. And I'm guessing that means and Ekitike. By Williams, I think you mean Nico Williams, pal. Is that right? I'm not sure. Oh, what's that? I'm not sure if Nico Williams will come, mate. I think he wants stupid wages, to be fair, does Nico Williams. Like, me personally, I think that wages are too much for Nico Williams to come to Liverpool. He'd be wanting Salah money. He really would. Sorry, guys. I was going to show you this this tweet, wasn't I? Here we go. All right, can you see that? Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see, this is from a fan site that's related to Bayer Leverkusen, and they basically said that Leverkusen and Liverpool are still quite far apart on the transfer fee for Wirtz. The gap is more than 20 million euros. Both Liverpool's first and second bid have been rejected, which were not seen reported in the English media. Bayer still want 150 million. There's two possible solutions. Either the clubs narrow the gap in further rounds of negotiations, or a Liverpool player could move to Leverkusen, thereby preventing the transfer fee from rising any further. Bayer have one Liverpool player on its list, who they would like to sign and whose transfer seems realistic in principle, but it is highly questionable that Harvey Elliott or any other English player who is in high demand in the Premier League would decide to move to the Bundesliga. Should this happen, however, Bayer could relatively elegantly fill one of the two offensive gaps that would result from the Wirtz departure. So that ties into something actually I think I've mentioned it in the video. Regular Scouter Key, what you saying here, mate? Do you actually think Wirtz will come? Seriously, can't see it myself. I'll be honest with you, mate. I think when I first heard of it, I was like, not a chance. But the more it's going on and on and on and on, and Wirtz's international teammates are even talking about it as well. Yeah, I think it's on, mate. Send them Kelleher. Yeah, they've just signed the Brentford goalkeeper. Have Leverkusen and Liverpool have sold the Brentford keeper Kelleher to Brentford. All right there, Sean, mate. Hope you're doing well, pal. Got 100 people watching this stream. I bet most of them are on X, aren't there? Yeah, there's 44 on YouTube. It's a nice hat, isn't it, mate? It is a nice hat. Where was I? So yeah, I said something once, maybe a week in a video, where I think that potentially the hold-up could have been is it's all right and all well and good us saying, oh, let's send this person to Leverkusen, right? We could say that as fans, right? But that player has to agree to this move, yeah? It's all right you turning around going, right, we'll give you, Elliott to buy Leverkusen, yeah? But just as that fan account over in Bayer said, Elliott has to agree to that move. So we could have agreed with Wirtz, his transfer, his wages, everything, right? We could have agreed that with Bayer. But if Harvey Elliott or Kwanzaa, for instance, turn around and say, well, I don't want to go to Bayer Leverkusen, then we're stuck. Like, we can't force them to go to these places. You can turn around and say, well, you know, you're not going to get no playing time here, blah, 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 blah. This is probably best for your career. But he could turn around and be like, nah, I don't want to go to Leverkusen. I'll go somewhere else. So that's where that will get complicated if Liverpool try to do that. Yeah, mate, 18 million, yeah, for Kelleher. Crazy, mate. We could have got a lot more than that, but not to repeat myself, but I do think we probably could have. I think that's tied to Leverkusen. Leverkusen have bought Brentford's goalkeeper, mate, just to keep you up to date. But Brentford wouldn't sanction that deal unless they got a replacement. So I think Liverpool sold Kelleher to Brentford to help sort that out. Gary Richards, Adam, Kerkez or Ekitike? Do you know what? I'll be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I think I'm sick of, I think I'm stung by buying a striker from the Portuguese league in Darwin Núñez. So I think I'd take a punt on Ekitike. Let's see what happens. I really would take Ekitike just because of the Darwin Núñez effect. Anything else? Yeah, so that's from the Bayer Leverkusen fan side of it all. We've done the Paul Joyce one. I don't know who this is. Is it John Pierce? Sorry, not James Pierce. John Pierce at the Telegraph. He's put out Liverpool are edging closer to an agreement for Florian Wirtz and are advancing in talks despite their offer not being accepted yet. And Florian Plettenberg, the German Sky Sports Germany journalist, and he was the first person on this whole Florian Wirtz thing, as far as I remember. He has said that Leverkusen have the idea to include either Elliott or Kwanzaa in a deal for Wirtz. There's no final decision on this yet, but talks are ongoing. So, tell you what, guys, this could last a little bit longer, could this? I tell you what, while we've got people in the chat, what do you think? Which one would you do it first? Would you send Elliott or Kwanzaa to Leverkusen, and obviously you won't get any sort of transfer fee for them? And then out of the two of them, which one would you rather went to Leverkusen for Liverpool to get Florian Wirtz? Let me know down below, guys. In fact, I'll set a poll up on the YouTube. So if you're watching over on X, pop onto the YouTube and see. You can also vote on there. Let's put it. Centre buyer. We've got Elliott and Kwanzaa. There you go. Poll should be up now on YouTube, guys. Let me know which one you think to send over to buyer. I don't even know if Sean was having a laugh there. I can't pronounce that name, mate. 100% I can't pronounce that, even if it is real. What do you think of Walt Mendy from Stuttgart? Don't know enough, mate, to have an opinion. Don't have enough. Elliott would do well there. Yeah, I think he probably would, to be fair. I have a sneaky feeling, guys, that Harvey Elliott, given the game time and the appropriate training and stuff, and given like a fixed position, not being pushed around, in the middle or out there on the right, I've got a funny feeling Harvey Elliott could probably turn into one of the best midfielders in Europe. I really could. Sean, I ain't trying to pronounce that at all, because I know what you're probably... It just doesn't sound right at all. So as well, guys, sticking with the obviously topics that we were talking about as well. So Wirtz seems to be getting a bit complicated. We'll see what happens there. Luis Diaz, there's interest obviously from Saudi and Barcelona. Now, for me, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't think Luis Diaz is going to Saudi. I would be shocked if he goes there. I think he wants to go to Barca. I think he wanted to go there last year. But obviously Barcelona just having the funds. Now, people have this misconception that Barcelona is skint, and that is not what's going on right now. In La Liga, they have financial fair play rules that are a little bit different to what's over here in the UK. And Barcelona right now are on 4-1, which basically means they need to make 4 times the amount of money they spend. So if they were to make it simple, if they were to buy Luis Diaz for 10 million, they would have to make 40 million to be able to do the deal. So potentially they could go back down to 1-1, which means 10 million in, 10 million out, that type of thing. If that happens, I think Luis Diaz goes to Barcelona. I don't think he goes to Saudi. Darwin Núñez, however, I reckon he'll go. I could see him going to Saudi. I don't believe the stuff that happened in January about him being linked to a move over there and Liverpool turning down 70 million. Not a chance. There's not a chance that Liverpool turned down 70 million pounds for Darwin Núñez in January and didn't play him again. There's not a chance that happened. But I could see him going over there, but I do think Liverpool will take a big hit on him, take a big loss on his fee. I reckon you get about... Do you know what? I think you're lucky if you get 40 million for Darwin Núñez right now. I really am. 40 million, I reckon you are lucky to get that for Darwin Núñez. As Shauno says there, smash the like button, guys, and subscribe. Where else are we up to with all of this? So we've done Núñez, we've done Diaz. There was also the stuff as well about Cody Gakpo being on the list for Bayern Munich as well. Do you know what I mean? Now, I can't see that happening. I think if Diaz goes, you can't sell Diaz, Núñez, potentially Jota. Do you know what I mean? You're going to be making a whole new front line. I could see Diaz going. You keep Gakpo. I had an idea the other day, actually. I ain't even told Sean all this. You know, like everyone's thinking that Chiesa could end up moving on. How about instead of him being the backup for Mo Salah, which is probably going to be like Jeremy Frimpong, let's say, right? You sell Diaz and you move Chiesa over to the other side, and he's like competing with Cody Gakpo for that position. I could see that happening. And then you keep Diogo Jota, bring in Ekitike or Gyökeres, whatever it is, to compete with Jota, well, to be the number one with Jota behind. And I think you've got a pretty formidable front three there, guys. I really do. Let's have a look at what some of these comments are coming up here. As long as Liverpool get Ekitike, agreed. Sell Jota. You don't know about Chiesa, sure now. Yeah, mate. I personally think Chiesa, move him over to the left. Take him off the right. Move him over to the left. Let's see what you're there. If I froze for a second, mate. It is what it is. So what else have we got? We've done Gakpo, we've done Diaz, we've done Kelleher, we've done Wirtz, Diaz. Let me have a little quick look, see if there's anything on here worth talking about as well. What do you all think about Benjamin Sesko going to Arsenal, probably? You know what I mean? That's a bit of a... that's one we've got to touch about as well. So, guys, obviously, Johnny Heitinga has left the club, hasn't he? He's gone to being the manager of Ajax, well, the head coach. Now, there's a couple of options here that Liverpool are looking at already to bring in as the new assistant manager to replace him. And one of them is Dirk Kuyt. I'd love him to come in to be like an assistant manager. Because I did initially think someone like, maybe Steven Gerrard or someone like that. But I think someone like Steven Gerrard would just be above. Do you know what I mean? He'd be above Arne Slot. So there's probably no point. I think Dirk Kuyt, he's loved by the fans, not as much as Stevie G. He wouldn't outshine Arne Slot so much. Do you know what I mean? I think that is a good appointment. That is. Yeah, Malcolm Chiesa does play. He does prefer to play on left as well, mate. He does 100%. Exactly. The more you think about it, the Kelleher is linked. I think it's 100% that, mate. 100% think that. Pep going to City, yeah. I've got no opinions on it, mate. Like, I get that people are pissed off about it with him going over to City and stuff. I think I'd be more bothered about it if it were Jurgen Klopp still the coach of Liverpool and still doing things that we were doing while Pep was there. But we've got a whole new system now, a whole new way of playing. Let him go, man. Do you know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see his celebrations, though, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? When we used to play City all the time and we'd score, and he'd be like, out sideline, right? Could you imagine him doing that at Anfield if City score against Liverpool? Oh, fucking hell. Malcolm, thank God Sesko is not good enough. Mate, I've heard people saying he's like the Savinian Darwin Núñez. I've heard that. He's got decent stats, though, this year, to be fair. But data-wise, everything else, other than putting the ball in the back of the net, he ain't too good at. But I do think Ekitike is a bit more of an all-rounded player, I won't lie. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, Gavin, mate. I didn't see you there, pal. Funny, the two Klopp defended him most in Trent and Linders do the club dirty. I'm just going to be a bit controversial here, maybe. Like, is it dirty, though? I mean, end of the day, he needs a job. Yeah, he went for the Norwich job, didn't get it. He learned from Klopp. Go learn from Pep. Is that going to make his managerial career better? Probably not. Like, he's had 2 shots at it now, and he's not really done too good at it, has he? So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? Let's just try not to worry about it too much. Do you know what I mean? I was actually looking for something else then, guys. Yeah, Ekitike's got better stats, Gary. 100% he has, mate. The price for Sesko is obscene. Yeah, I think he's got a release clause of something like 80 odd million, something maybe like that. But I think they'd take less, I think. I might be completely utterly wrong with that valuation, but I'm sure they'd say they'd take less. But I think he was on the list for Liverpool. I do. But the more and more I think of how Wirtz, if he comes in, plays, I think someone like an Ekitike who can do a bit of everything, be a bit of a Bobby Firmino type player, I think he'd probably suit the system a little bit more, to be fair. I'm sure there was something else that I wanted to mention. Oh, David Ornstein's got one that's just come out. Nothing to do with Liverpool, guys. So we don't have to worry about that one at all. Got someone here for you, Sean. The Scottish Bear. Big up, Sean. Champions League fan. Yes. Oh, my God. That is one thing I wanted to talk about. Champions League final. Like I said this earlier on as well. Like, this is not Liverpool related now, guys. I'm pretty much done with Liverpool stuff, I think. But Desi Doué last night. That I know we all know he was a good player, and you know PSG were good when they played against Liverpool, but I think that's his moment, you know, like putting his stamp on world football last night. You know, like all players have like that game where you look back on him like, right, that's where everyone knew about him. I think that was his game last night, Champions League final. Wasn't he involved in like 3 goals or something? Scored twice, assisted 1. Incredible. That PSG team as well, guys. I know that they'll get like a lot of stick for the way they are, you know, but they've absolutely gone away from like signing these like superstars like the Neymars, the Messis, the Ibrahimoviches, you know what I mean? And they've gone for players that actually can play well together, do you know? So I honestly think that PSG could be a force to be reckoned with for a while now, especially if they keep that core together as well. They're such a good team at PSG. Really, really good. Cover was the one we missed out on. Yeah, Cover Skelly. To be fair, mate, I don't believe the rumours at the time, but yeah, we did miss out. Have you done the draw today? Yeah, mate, there should be a video up for the members already for the membership draw. It's been done. They're going to be there or thereabouts next few years, 100%, mate. I know that Inter Milan though were pants, didn't they? They didn't really show up at all. PSG is going to get the band because of their fans. PSG is going to get the band because of their fans. I'm not sure what you mean by that, mate. Unless some negative. Yeah, maybe, mate, maybe. But I think they are. Oh, PSG is going to get banned because of their. Right, I'm with you, mate. Nah, sorry, I didn't read that properly. No, yeah, there was some. I saw some drama afterwards, something like that. But yeah, really good team. To be fair, I enjoyed watching the game. To be fair, I thought it was quite interesting and such a one-sided final. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. So then, guys, I think we are pretty much caught up with everything for the Transfer Daily stuff today, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. We're back again tomorrow at 7 o'clock for something a little bit more similar. Let's see what happens regarding the Wirtz stuff overnight. I'll actually probably do a bit of more of a deep dive video after this into the Wirtz situation. So that'll come up after this, guys. But anyway, thanks for joining, guys. If there's anything else you do want from these streams, remember they are just a test to see what happens with the whole situation coming, you know, to the summer transfer window. We're going to do a little test bed for these 10 days. Let's see what happens. If you do enjoy it, we'll keep it going as best we can. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 7 o'clock, guys. Thanks for watching.